Hello, everyone. Yeah, don't mind the outfit. I just came from work. Hospital pants. And then these mukluks for comfort. Um, I don't know. My story being a woman, I don't know why I just did this. A little bit to do with my uterus. Had kids, that's why it's so big, young people, calm down. And so abs don't work anymore. Um, you know what I mean? But yeah, I had two kids, and it was nightmarish labor and delivery stories. Like, not the worst, but pretty crappy. But I don't know, I've never, based on my own experiences. My daughter, when she was born, I have a son and a daughter. My daughter was born, she was 3 pounds. Like, she was so small. And not because I was a crackhead. I had pregnancy toxemia. So for that, like, my blood pressure was so high, so she wasn't growing. So every week I had to go to do ultrasounds to see if she was growing. She wasn't growing, so I had to go in for an emergency C-section. And it was a real emergency. Like, they tried to give me, what do you call it, the anesthetic or whatever, and they tested to see if it was working. They're like, tell me if you feel this, while I was lying down, and put a needle in my stomach. I'm like, you just put a needle in my stomach, and they're like, oh shit, it doesn't work yet. Then they were like, no time! And I'm like, like, can we wait 10 more minutes? And I felt everything. I'm like, oh, is that my kidney? Oh, it was so awkward. Oh, it was the worst. But then it's weird, like, because when they, she was little and stuff, but it's weird because she was so small, she was having problems breathing. And when you have a problematic baby or whatever, they show you the baby and then take the baby away to the special care unit, you know what I mean? So you just see the baby, boom, you have a baby and gone, you know what I mean? And back then, they used to put moms on morphine pumps, and they don't do that anymore. But morphine, if you're really sensitive to it, it can make you hallucinate, and you feel like you're drunk, but you're not. Like, it's a weird feeling. And I remember I was in the hospital room. I didn't have a baby beside me, but I called the nurse, and I didn't realize what I was saying. But I'm like, bring me the baby. She's like, why are you screaming? I'm like, shut up, bitch. And then she just went. And I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. She's like, you gotta go get your baby yourself. So then I thought I was gonna go on a big adventure. Like, I was hallucinating. So then I'm like, I'm gonna find this baby. And then I just took all this morphine. I'm like, nah. Like, I locked the machine, boom, because I'm gonna need it. And then I remember, like, I was walking down the hallway to the special care unit, and, like, the hallway was really long, but for some reason it felt like I was on a hill. I'm like, oh, this place is on a hill. That's weird. Better hang on to this ivy pole. I might fall back. Like, I was just so, oh my God. But then, like, I was so crazy, but then, like, I got into the special care unit, and this was messed up, though. I got in there was all these babies, and I panicked, because I'm like, oh my God, I don't remember what my baby looks like, you know what I mean? And, like, because they just showed me, like, how am I going to remember? They were just like, boom, your baby, gone. They didn't give me any time to, like, locate any unique moles and shit, they just... They just showed me the baby, and then, oh my, this really, like, oh my God, I remember, I'm like, because I'm thinking maybe I should, like, I wish I could make animal noises where you're like, meh, and then the baby's like, nah, and then I was just breastfeeding, yeah, we're together. But I'm like, oh my God. But then I'm like, these people are staring at me, and then, like, so then I'm like, I'll just weed out each baby as I walked. I'm like, this one's white. I think I would know if I had a white baby. I would have had sex with a white man. And then I saw this African one. I'm like, let me take a closer look. But then the mom went by, and I'm like, nah, your baby's ugly anyway. And she's like, what? I'm like, nothing. I didn't do that. But I'm glad for labels. Label was on my baby's incubator. Thank you, Jesus, for that. and my name. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna name you soon, don't worry. But then I knew I was hallucinating because she grew fangs when I tried to breastfeed her. And then I'm like, oh, it's the morphine. But I just pretended like it wasn't happening. I'm like, oh, these fangs are not real. These fangs are, oh, this hurts. I don't know, it was hard. It was hard having a small baby because I took her out early or whatever because I worked at that hospital, which is the worst, like working at the same hospital, like giving birth at the same hospital that you work at, because then, you know, the nurses are automatically more bitchy to you. They're just like, man, you want us to see your vagina? We're going to tell everybody over break. I'm like, shut up. Like, you know, it's the worst. But when I took her out, like, she was so small. I didn't realize, because it's weird when you have your child, like, you have, it's true, like, people, what's that saying? I don't even remember the saying, but something like the beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. I guess that's the mom. I'm so stupid. But like she looks so normal to me. But like I put her in the car seat because she has to fit properly in the car seat, and she was so small. Like she just fit in the crack. Like she was so cute. Like she just fit in this little crack, and I covered her up. And it was just eyes, and they're like, she's ready to go home. But then, like, when I brought her home to show everybody, they're like, where's the baby? And I'm like, ah! And they're like, oh! But, like, I didn't get the proper response, like, oh, she's cute. They're like, oh, is she eating? Like, they were all concerned. I'm like, what do you mean? She looks normal. But it's just so weird because then when I look back at all her baby pictures, I'm like, oh, what's this little rat in a hat? Like, I'm like, what is that? I'm like, oh shit. Because you see the ribs of the, ah! But like to me, I was like, wow, I made a child that had 2 eyes and a nose and a mouth. Like I was happy for those features. Like it wasn't like some weird, but then that was my daughter. And I'm like, I prayed to God, I'm like, please don't give me another messed up situation. So then when I had my son, they told me, you're gonna have to have a C-section. They gave me a date, and I immediately panicked because of the last C-section where they're like, let's just dig in. Like I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this. So then like I remember I was en route to do the C-section by myself, and I just stopped in the car and I started crying. I'm like, this is gonna hurt. And instead I went to the gym. I'm like, I'm gonna go and labor myself, because they're like, he wouldn't come out. They're like, he won't. And then so I was running on the treadmill, and people were just like, I was huge. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this baby out. And people were like walking by, like, do you think you should be doing this? And I'm like, you don't know. And then I would take like really hot showers, and then like it didn't work. I did that for 8 days, and then I remember I walked in the operating room, the labor and delivery room, and they're like, the 2 doctors were like, can we help you? And I'm like, I'm supposed to have a C-section. They're like, when was your date? It passed like 8 days ago. And they're like, oh my God, your baby's gonna be wrinkly and hairy. That's what I'm like, what? Oh, what does that mean? Like they're idiots. And then it's Brampton Hospital. Anyways, oh my God, take that off of camera. And I said, anyways, but yeah, like I had, when I had they were like, do you want to try naturally? Because apparently I was having like contractions, but I didn't feel anything. It was so, like I was dilated. They're like, are you sure you don't feel anything? But on the monitor it was like, "Ew," and I'm like, I don't feel a thing. Like it was so weird. And then I'm like, I'll try naturally. But I was in the triage, and all these like stretchers were there of women like in labor, and they're all like, ah, ah, and then people are breaking water and shit, just whoosh, whoosh, and I'm like, I'll just have a C-section. Like, hell no, I ain't going through none. I'm like, I don't care about natural birth, and I'm not interested. Like, just take this sucker out where you know what I'm saying? I don't know. So I was just like chilling, watching movies while these ladies were trying to pop out their babies. I'm like, when's? But anyways, he came out. Dude was huge. He was 9 pounds, 11 ounces. He was big. The doctors were so mean. They were just like, whoa! Like, he's big. Oh! Like, shut up! But I was so pissed. Like, I wanted to have more children, but I stopped because he was born with 12 fingers, which I was annoyed. But you know. Like, what? But like I didn't, but they were so messed up. This is what they did. I think this is messed up though. This is what they did. They didn't tell me right away. They just sort of gathered around at the table behind me, and they're like discussing, calling their friends overhead, like, come to labor room 231. Like, there's a fucked up baby with extra fingers by Nurse Zabrina. What? And then they sort of like, they didn't say anything to me. They were just like, oh, do you have anybody in your family with extra digits? And I'm like, why are you asking me that? I'm like, nah, no reason. Then they like wrapped them up, like just wrapped them up and gave them for me so I can reveal my present, like, and I'm just like, what's happening? Is this a boy or a girl? What is it? And then I find the fingers, and they're like, no, it's extra digits. And then they're like, oh, if you want them off, like, we'll tie them or whatever. But then my parents, I was so mad because my dad saw the baby, and he was like, wow, you know, when I was a baby, I have extra fingers, and you have a cousin in Jamaica with 12 toes. I'm like, Dad, you want to tell me this shit? Like, before I decide to have children? Like, the mutant baby's here already. I was just thinking that part in my head, but he's cute. Don't worry. He's 8 now. He has the little marks though. I'm like, those are your extra fingers, and he's like, what? It's just hilarious. I'm like, I'll explain later. But I don't know. But that's there. I don't know. There's this. They're cute though, but I don't know. My son's 9 now, and my daughter's 11. She's big, but like now she actually has her period. Since we're talking about women, we're gonna talk about periods, and which is a young age. I was a little bit unprepared for it. I was kind of prepared because I guess they said she was gonna have her period really early, so. I wasn't prepared that it was supposed to happen in the summertime, and it's so weird because I wanted to, to be a positive experience for her because, my parents, and like, especially being, I don't know how it is for other families, but Caribbean families, like the male side, they don't like to hear anything about periods. So it's like a real negative, like you just keep it on the hush-hush. Like when I got my period, if I asked my dad money for pads, I'd be like, oh, I need money. He's like, what you need the money for? And I'm like, I need it for my pads. He's like, I don't want to hear it. Tell your mother. Like he's just like, tell your mother. Oh, woman things for stay with woman. You're not to talk to man about woman things. I'm like, what? They're just weird about it. But like, I think as your kids get older and stuff, you automatically, as a parent, become a loser. Because I thought this was the coolest thing. She had her period. I wanted to be a positive thing. The first day was amazing. We went shopping. We ate chocolate. And she's like, Mommy, what are these pains? I'm like, we gotta eat more chocolate. We're women now. Yeah. Love yourself. Love your parents. She's like, but I'm scared. The blood is red. I'm like, blood is beauty. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't prepared. I'm like, let's get her nails done. I don't know. Like, but like, I don't know. But I'm just gonna wrap this up real quick because I went on a tangent. I wasn't prepared, and no, it was like her first day of school, and I wanted her to be excited about her period, and this is where parents automatically become loose. I just thought in the 80s, man, fanny packs were cool. Like that's all I gotta say, and I thought this would be cute during recess. You know what I'm saying? She has her fanny pack, a pad, some wipes, boom, you know what I'm saying? The cute fanny pack, she could walk around with a week and say, hey, time for me to change my pad, boom. I thought it would be a cute thing. And I found this one at the shittiest mall, but it had a G on it, and it had bling bling. I'm thinking, girl, you could change your pad. Girl, you could be all cute now taking out of your pad to get ready to change at recess. I showed her that concept, and she's like, Mommy, no! Like, she just was so, I'll put